Hi and welcome to Mumazing Gaming. I'm Mumazing and I'm playing Planet Zoo franchise. I'm really excited to be bringing you this because this is going to be a brand new adventure trying to figure out if I can manage a zoo or not based on the Goodwin house tutorial that I have previously done. So if you saw that video, please and if you enjoy seeing this content, give me a thumbs up, give it a good like if you want to. You can also subscribe to my channel and hit the little bell icon if you want to see more of my content. Anyway, let's get straight into a brand new franchise. Now, I had a little play around to try and figure out a few of the systems just to make sure that I didn't go in and completely blow it, but we're going to go in and create a new zoo, so let's do that. Alright, now right now in the start of a franchise new zoo, you can only use the grassland biome and you can only choose an Asian continent. And now we have to name the zoo, so we're just going to call it Adventureland Zoo. Adventureland. So we're going to create it and we're going to go straight into a brand new franchise. The first thing I'm going to do before I do anything else in this game is pause the time meter, which is down the bottom right hand side. So we're going to go down here and pause it and we're going to take a look at the zoo. Now I hold both my left mouse and right mouse to kind of move around, and I can use my WASD keys to also move around and get a good view. I can use my scroll wheel to go in really close and out to zoom out as well. Now this is the starting area. This here is the zoo entrance. Right now it is it's almost like a blueprint filled with objects, so you can customize this if you want to and edit the parts and then save it as a blueprint. Now you can access that blueprint in the Steam Workshop and you can share it with other people, so in a way you could probably use if you wanted to use your money and create a blueprint straight off, you could do that, but it's not recommended that you do that straight away. It's probably a good idea that you get yourself an income. And the way we're going to do that is by finding an animal or creature that has a high appeal to the guests so that they can pay in the donation boxes and spend quite a lot of money in this game. Okay, so we are down here and this is the entrance. Now we need to widen the path and then we need to create some paths going off this, and we need to create a staff area that's away from the prying eyes of the guests but still central to everything. If you want to know where everything is or how all the systems are, down the bottom left hand side you have a little tab. This is kind of like your meters tab that you're able to gauge the welfare of everything going on in your zoo. The first tab is your animal welfare. You have your habitat zones. You have your temperature, so of course some animals prefer different climates, so you can actually play around and add coolers or heaters in order to keep your welfare of your animals good and also your guests. You have your water table. Well, this is actually just going to show zones that are currently covered with that do have water access or a water filtration system which you can actually build. We have power, so this whole area here is powered. That is the zone of area that is currently powered, so it doesn't look like we need to put a transformer in, but the more systems that we have in place, the more power load is going to require, and we're going to have to add a transformer into the staff area. Then we have buildings. Right now we don't have any buildings showing. Negative impact on guests. Now buildings and staff areas have a negative impact on guests. Also animals in their enclosures that have not had a keeper come and clean out the doo-doos also have a negative impact on guests. Other things that have a negative impact are the prices of your tickets compared to the amount of animals or attractions in your zoo, and accessibility. There's all sorts of things that can possibly have a negative impact, and you can click on this tab at any time and watch your wandering guests and see how well they're doing. Now, education is important. Guests want to be educated on the animals that they're viewing, so you're going to need educational speakers, you're going to need billboards that explain what the animals are all about, and you're going to have them in the right zones. And then guest needs, like if a guest needs to use a bathroom facility, make sure you have one that's centrally located for them. If they're hungry, if they want food or drink, all those things impact on the guest experience. So there's a lot of different things that go into this game, and it's really important that we get it right straight away. So we can click off this tab, and we are currently paused in game, and we're about to begin a new franchise. Now, before we go all crazy and start building things, we need to look at the Zoopedia. Now, the Zoopedia shows a whole lot of different animals all the way through here, and some animals have a higher appeal than others. Now, a good starting animal is a peafowl, peahen, peacocks. They're actually they've got a decent amount of appeal, and they will attract your visitors to the zoo, and they'll be quite happy viewing those, and I'll spend a lot of money in the donation boxes to see those. So the first enclosure we're going to do is one of those. We're going to go down to the Indian peafowl. I think that is right here. As you can see, they're very pretty, so of course they're going to, you know, be really visual for the guests. Now we've got interspecies enrichment. It shows that they like to habitat enclosures with rhinoceros and elephants. But if we do an enclosure, we need to make it really large to begin with, like a really large enclosure, in order to have them in with those species. Now from here we can see research status. So right now they can only have access to grain and seeds, and all of these other ones are locked. A veterinarian is what you'll need to hire, and you'll need to have a vet clinic, a quarantine area, and a research center. Once you have a research center, you'll be able to research all of these. Once these are all unlocked, you only need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more levels of research, and that's done. Take your veterinarian off research on that creature, and then look at getting your second animal in. Now, the species data shows us what they like. Socially, they like to have up to 4 males and 16 females, so quite a few will be required. The male bachelor group size should really only be fairly small, and the female should be quite large. The males dominate, that's why you can't have too many of them. They're polygamous, so they don't basically they don't mate for life. They can have multiple relationships with the different fowls, the peahens and the peacocks. They're confident, and guests can enter the habitat, so we can create a gate for the guests to go in as well. And I think that's going to be important as far as income and education goes. So if we can make it a double door, so we can make it that the guests go in through one door and they have to close it behind them before they go into the main enclosure, we could possibly have some actual real interactions with these these animals or these birds. The life expectancy is 23 years, so once we get to about 21 years, we're going to release them into the wild and get conservation credits, and we can use those conservation credits to buy really good high value animals for the zoo. That shows you the size and length, so you've got an idea of what is a good size, and also if they're a larger bird, they have a better rating as well. The other things that affect them is their ability to breed. Are they good breeders? There's a scale. Some of them are not. The ones that are, you've got 3 basic levels. You've got gold, silver, and bronze. If you have got a gold bird or animal, basically all of their statistics, like their health, their longevity, their ability to breed, their size, all of those will be really high, right up to close to 100%, like over 67% to 100%. If we've got any that are below that, it will actually reduce their medal rating. So they'll go down from gold to silver to bronze. So it's really important to pay attention to that when you're purchasing them. Obviously, a gold animal will cost a lot of conservation credits. Now, that's the little leaf down here. So you can actually trade your animals. You can breed them, breed high quality animals, have really good stats for them, really good social stats and habitation stats, and then sell them to earn lots of conservation credits, and then you can use those conservation credits to buy really awesome animals that are going to make your zoo 5-star. So keep that in mind when you're actually purchasing in the marketplace any creatures. What are their statistics? Are they high or low value? Alright, so it shows that they will be able to breed after 3 years of age, and that's based on this calendar year down here in the bottom right hand corner. But the other thing is, if they don't have a perfect habitat with all of their statistics high enough in green, they won't breed. So if you want to have a breeding family of any animal, they have to have a very good habitat. So keep that in mind. They stop breeding once they die. So once they're dead, the keeper will come in and box them up and take them away. So personally, I'd like to get the conservation credits for releasing them into the wild just before their death. So that's what I would do. There's no point in putting them in the marketplace when they're close to death as far as their age goes, because that's just a waste. Number of offspring per mating event is 1 to 3. And the gestation or incubation period is 1 month, so it's quite quick. And between actually having a pregnant peafowl, you've got 12 months to wait, and the reproduction in captivity is pretty simple. It's pretty easy. So that is the information on breeding a peafowl. The natural habitat they like is obviously, because we're playing the Indian subcontinent, that is where we are. The biome is temperate, and they actually don't like any trees or of any kind. You'll be able to see once we've got them in what type of terrain data they like, but it's usually short grass and a bit of soil. But after a bit of time, that will take you to learn about that particular type of animal. The other thing that animals need, and you will need research for, is enrichment. They will need food enrichment and toy enrichment. So that means food enrichment is something where they have to complete some sort of challenge or a little game of some sort in order to get their food as a reward, and that actually increases their statistics as well. Also, toy enrichment, you know, when they've got things to interact with and play with, they're very happy, and the guests are happy. So yay, that is how we're going to have a successful first breeding area. So now that we've taken a look at our first animal, please remember, if you're going to bring in any animal at all, you really have to read about it. You have to understand it and how it breeds and how it interacts. So you need to go to the Zoopedia up the top and really look at it and pay attention to it. Because I guarantee by the end of this, these are not based on pretend information. This is all based on real zoo information, real conservation information. So you can really become more aware, and you will educate yourself playing this game, especially when it comes to animals, wild animals and captivity breeding and all that sort of stuff. It's fantastic. So let's get into it, shall we? All right, here we are at the zoo entrance. We have to create paths, we have to create zones, and decide how we're going to do this. So first thing I want to do is, I would love personally for you to come into the zoo, look straight ahead, see an amazing waterfall with rocks, flowers, trees. Then off one side that you could see like some entertainment areas, and then off this side have some toilet facilities and blah blah blah. And then you go into the zoo, and it's like this lotus flower that branches off this way, and it kind of loops around, and then you've got all these different enclosures and everything like that. I would love that. And eventually I'll be able to do that. But to start with, we just need to get going. And everyone needs to get going. And the more confident you get with this game, the more you'll be able to do with it. So we're going to go down to the bottom right hand side and go to paths and start with our first paths. I'm going to choose the hexagon stone path because I think it looks really nice. It's really pretty, and we've got good length on that. So you can adjust the length, you can adjust the width. We're going to make it a full wide path here, and we're actually going to snap it Angle snap it. We might even align it to grid because I want to put the path straight out. That is quite large. Have I got it? Whoa! Okay, so right now it's doing this curvy thing. I don't want it to do a curve thing. I can't change a curve thing. It's fine. Okay, so I'm going to go straight out the middle. Right. I think that's enough. I don't want to make the first part too wide. I do want to create some guest facilities. That is just so weird. Oh my gosh, that is so weird. Off the end there, but I think this path will be good. I can put trees down the middle of it. I can put bench seating down the middle of it. And I can put donations down the middle of it. So actually, this could work out quite well. Although we will see. We will see. Okay, let's see if we can create some curves and some zones off this. This is weird. Okay, this is a huge path. Okay, well the staff area is I'm gonna go one more. Okay, right. Let's get off that now, and what I might do is I might hide the staff area under a beautiful feature. So this could get expensive. Oh gosh, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? I'm just gonna do this. Okay, let's click off paths for a minute. So I'm going to terrain right here. And I'm going to create a bridge over with the staff. Yeah, I'm going to create a staff bridge. I hope that's not too far away. Okay, let's go staff paths. Oh, I want to raise it. I'm going to tunnel down a little bit. So let's go to terrain and sculpting and push. Size will go about 10, I think, maybe 10. One more, 10. Intensity, we're going to drop it to 50%. We don't want to overdo it. Let's start directly here. Look at this, we're terraining, guys. So this is just going to be like a waterfall feature. We're going to have water in here. We're going to run a bridge over the top. A staff bridge, and there we go, like a pool area. I wish I could see the terrain better, but because of the shadowing it's a little tricky, so I'm just going to very carefully do this. I think I can smooth it. Let's see. First we might just get some water in there. Look at that. That kind of goes around nicely. Let's go for some sculpting. So we're gonna move the terrain around the edge a tiny bit. Most editing software and things like that will allow you to press Ctrl-Z to take things back a little bit, which is nice. This one does the same. We're going to put some rocks and things in. So let's go to nature and go to rocks. And this is where we're going to start to find the things that we need to kind of create a really cool environment. So we're going to start with some big rocks here. Now I've got to remember that we're doing the bridge through it, so I have to be careful where I put these rocks. I'm going to build it up. And if you want to rotate an object, press X twice. That is if you haven't played around with any of the settings. Press X again, and then you can just move things in and around like that. So that one's done. Click the check mark when you're happy with it. We have our first little rocks there on that side. The waterfall is going to run down these rocks. So let's get these in and bring that down. Let that sit on top like that. It's kind of cool. I like that. We're going to put some smaller rocks at the front, like some flatter ones. We're going to rotate them. Move them in and kind of just, we're going to create a little bit of a, oh, I didn't press the right button on it. Let me go back to that flat one. Where was it? Yeah, we're just going to grab a whole bunch. I might just save this as a blueprint, to be honest. And if you think, oh, this is all too fiddly, I'm spending all my money doing this. I started with 40,000 and I'm still on 39. So I've not even spent 1,000 yet to do any of this terraining here. So I'm going to try and create a feature and not make it too expensive. When I put the trees in, that's when it starts getting expensive. So I've got to be really careful with that. Now we've got different colored rocks. Obviously we're using the first one, which is a desert rock. I quite like it. It's really quite nice. I like it. I like it. Right, so we can take one of these. What we're going to do is duplicate it. So we can duplicate it and place another one over here. And we can rotate that to give it a different kind of shape. We can move it as well. So we're going to move it back. There we go. And we're going to make it a slightly different height. Doesn't have to be a perfect height. What we're doing is we want to, you know, allow a little bit of space in here for a bridge, and the water is going to cascade either side of the staff path, and the staff path is going to be hidden by this beautiful beautiful little lake area here, which is going to look great. Okay, so let's go back to nature, let's go back to rocks, and we're just going to speed build right now quite a few of the rock features, and we're just going to get it done. So see you back here shortly. Put a little bit of a few different types of plants in around here, so I think I might go with some of these just because they're nice and kind of lush and tropical. So let's see what we can put in here. Maybe not so big. Let's go. Oh, these are quite big. Might be alright. So we're just gonna, like, I've got to move them in yet, so they're going to be part of this landscape. So let's just click off that and move it. It's done. It's not going to be too much. I don't want to overwhelm it. But what do you think of this rock structure so far? I like it. I think it's really cool. Just trying to figure out how I'm going to get the staff thing to work, because I've got to put some waterfalls on here, of course. So let's go to nature. Let's go to all rocks I've done. That was just gardening aspects. I do like these. These are aloe veras. These are really cool. I like aloe vera. They look nice. So I might just throw in an aloe vera here as well. Just down in the shadows maybe. And I can put a little uplight there. Oh my gosh. Just had a brilliant idea. A couple of little aloe veras. I know it sounds strange combining plants with rocks, but trust me, I have a vision. I have an idea. I mean, it's not plant zoo, so we're not exactly making plants compatible with other plants here, are we? If it was, oh my gosh, can you imagine it? And the bird's nest is nice, but it's just a little bit bright. And I like the fact that these aloe veras and these other ones are slightly more subdued palette, and even though they look tropical, they look really good. Now we've got rocks with carpet moss and all sorts of other things as well, but we're not going to deal with that right now. And we've got fern trees and things like that, but we're going to try and do the water next, I think. So let's go to out of that menu. Let's go back to special effects. Okay, here we go. Special effect, dirt blowing on large. We've got, oh, these are expensive. What have we got? Effect mist, huge. Fountain jet, small. What else have we got? Effect waterfall bottom, 10 meters. Effect waterfall bottom, 0.5. Splash, rapid splash, rapids. Waterfall midsection. So I'm just going to press play. Oh, it does work. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure I like it there. I'm going to have to... I'm not even sure if I like it. Can I go back? I can. Alright. Top. Okay, let's do a top. Let's get a top waterfall effect going on this side. And we're just going to play test. So that's the top. It actually doesn't look like the top. It looks more like the bottom, doesn't it? Let's go back. Alright. Water jet. Water jet. Waterfall top 10 meter. Let's put it here. Play test it quickly. Water rapids. Waterfall bottom. Let's just put that here and play. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. It's not even visible. Kind of is, but we haven't got the cascading water, do we? I might have to do a lot more to this just to get it to work. Play. It is kind of working. Let's see if I can advance move rotate it. Okay, let's try this. Let's rotate it. I feel that's better. Alright, let's stop it. I like how it hits here, but there's this little weird one here. I might move that over the other side, so let's just bring it over here and use it over here. Let's not waste it. Okay, okay. I could bring a rock out. I'm starting to get an idea of what I'm doing here now. I could bring a rock out to kind of make that bit make sense. Let's just move it across a bit more. There we go. Where did it go? I lost it. I lost it in there. It's in there. There we go. Okay, so do you see what I'm trying to do here? I am trying to... I'll hide it with a rock a little bit, but I am trying to bring it out to the surface of the water. Like that. Like that. Okay, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I never thought that in my first episode of this would be just creating a cool water feature. Yeah, I never thought that my first franchise episode would be that. Obviously I did a little bit of tutorial stuff first, but this is amazing. I love this so much. Okay, I'm going to click OK for that. I do need to bring another rock out, so I need to decide which rock I'm going to duplicate. I think maybe this flat one will be okay, so we're going to copy it and just going to carefully put it here. There we go. And then we'll put some little smaller types of rocks and stuff around the top there. Right. Okay, so this waterfall is quite not great, but I'm not spending money yet, really. I'm just creating a feature, so that's kind of cool. Let's go into the lighting. Let's go into construction and lighting. So we've got these cool little wall lamps, but I'm actually going to use them down here underneath the waterfall. Here we go. So put this in. I want to give it a different color as well. You can do that. So let's put that in and accept. Should light up. Unless it's not powered. Are we out of the zone of power? I might need a transformer. I think I need a let's just quickly check. Yeah, I'm not in the power zone, so I need a transformer out here. So although I can put lights in here, they won't work because we have no power. So this area will not be powered for the staff. So at this point, I'm going to pause it again. Oh, it's so dark. Alright. So at this point, see this little scruffy thing up here? Where is it? I've got to move it because I'm not happy with it. Is it this one or this one? I think it's that one. Let's play and test. Or is that the waterfall? No, that's the waterfall. I need the other one. Come on. Let me get to the waterfall. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Where are you, waterfall thing? That one. I think that's you that I need to move. Let me move you and see. Yeah, you're the scraggly one. Let me drop you down here. We're gonna drop you down. You are going to be the water cascading down on this rock. Right here. Let's bring it up. Let's bring it out. Right here. Sort of. It doesn't line up. Oh my gosh. Okay, I have to push you back, buddy. I have to push you back and down. I just want a little... Okay, I'm going to turn this one around. There we go. Let's go back in. Take a look at this one. I'm going to move it. See if we can get it lined up a little bit at least. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, it's a brand new day in the park. And on the first day of... Well, actually it's not. It's 12th of November according to the game because of the amount of time I've let it run. On the next day in the park. There we have it. That is the waterfall feature. We now need to power this side of the water feature. We have to get the staff area connected. So we need to go back to paths, and I'm just hoping this works. I really do. We're gonna delete that section. in that section. And we're going to start the path up here from this point. So let's start the staff path here. Let's go off that and go back in. Right. Okay, so we've got a raised path. And now I want to do the same on the other side. Oh, there we go. Okay, alright, here we go. Lower path is J. Let me just come straight. I want to snap, angle snap. Okay, let's go in. Is there enough room? Oh, there is! Oh my gosh! Okay, that's cool. I kind of wish the guests could walk on here too, but no. Staff access. The staff area is hidden, so that is super important. Okay, let's reduce the length of it a little bit. And now let's drop it. Drop it. Raise lower, so it's J again. Okay, I did it. Okay, great. Let's get off the path controls for a minute. Okay, so it took me a while to figure it out, but I finally figured out how to do that and get the path in for the staff area. Now it's starting to get dark and it's really important that I actually get at least one more facility in. So let's actually get the power in. Let's go to utilities and get a transformer in, and you'll be able to see the zones right here when I bring it in. You can see the crossover zones. Okay, we now have power for this area here. Okay. Okay, oh my gosh. Okay, so we've got a little light down here. Pity it's not night so you can see it, but there is a little light down here. It's cool. Not that rock, the light. No, not the rock, the light. Here we go. Okay, so the body color, we're going to make it blend into the terrain. So I'm just going to make it like a brown. And the light color, see, we can make the light color anything we want. We can make it blues, purples, or we can warm it up. Actually, warm is nice. We can warm up the rocks. Apply. And then that'll just warm up the rocks down here, and we can move it around. We can hide the front of it with a little bit of foliage, but we can use it to light up the rocks, and we can duplicate it. Let's toggle from translate to rotate. Oh, we're good. Let's see. Okay, so this is the area to the staff, and we have a power transformer here, and I just need to get some more foliage in here as well. So this is going to be the last bit for this episode, because honestly I've spent so much time on it. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. Let's see, what can we get in there? I want to think nature blending. I want to be smart with the colours of it. I wouldn't mind using warmer foliage. Let's see. What's this yellow thing here? Yellow. Oh, I like that. Yeah, I like that. I like these. They're different. They're yellow. They're... I have no idea what continent they're for, but I've got tags Central South America tropical. Yeah, I like those. There we go, some wattle bush. That's nice. I'm starting to like this. I'm starting to get a few different plants that kind of feel, I wouldn't say authentic, because they obviously, you wouldn't obviously put these like this, but I'm trying something different and I hope it works. Like, I hope it looks good. Let's do that. Let's do a couple more of these. I'm really enjoying this process of it. Just in there a little bit. There. This is amazing. I love it. It's got texture, it's got color. It's a lot of fun. Right, there we have it. The hidden staff area is done. It's right here. It's got this pond, which I'm going to surround more with more rocks and a couple of little croppy bits of wattle brush and a couple more trees. But otherwise, and also down there, I'm going to disguise a little bit and make it look nice. I will light it up a little bit more for nighttime. But the idea behind this nice central feature, which we can create a viewing area around here for the actual patrons of the zoo, is yeah, just to get away a beautiful detailed feature first that doesn't cost too much to create, because this stuff, it's not too expensive if you do it right, this part of it. And what you'll end up with is this beautiful result. Now hopefully the lights will kick in shortly and we'll be able to see the lights lighting it up as soon as the sun goes down. So we'll take a look at that and then we'll end this video. Look at that. That's so awesome. And then we're going to get on to the first enclosure, which is the peafowl, the Indian peafowl. I'm actually also thinking that this area here might actually be part of a larger enclosure as well. I think I might put in some barriers around it and make this an enclosure for the herbivores, I think. So we're going to get a whole lot of common animals in here, like zebras and giraffes and stuff, and we'll make that through there. Right, come on lights, light up. Are they lit up? I suppose we'll see them more when it gets darker. There we go, it's getting darker. Obviously I need to work more on the lighting. But they're in there, they're warm lights. There's a couple of them, but I'll get a whole lot more in there and really light up those rocks at night. It's going to look amazing. I might even save this structure for the Steam Workshop, so if you're interested in purchasing, well, you don't need to purchase it. I don't think it's a pay to play on this particular Steam Workshop, but if you want to get this one, I will put it in the Steam Workshop for you, which is a bridge over to staff area, waterfall and rock feature. I think that will be my first Steam Workshop item. What do you think? Look, you can see the lights, the little pockets of light lighting it up. I'll do a little bit of finessing for it, but with it. But once that's done, yeah, that's going to look amazing. Thank you again so much for watching Mumazing Gaming playing Planet Zoo. It's been a lot of fun. We'll catch you again next time. Bye.